Awesome all. How's everybody doing? Just doing a sound check here. Just give me the thumbs up. There's a bit of new technology on this old platform and it had me all confused. So let me know that you can see me and hear me loud and clear. Yo, Nicola. All good. So, evening everybody. We'll get started. There's a bit of a time lag on my side, but that's okay. On YouTube, Facebook Live, and of course our only web channel. So we're across all channels apart from Sky, and you're dearly all welcome this evening. We're going to be doing a couple of events during December and over Christmas. All proceeds via the website are going to St. Vincent de Paul to help those people who are struggling to really make ends meet. So you can go on to the donate button on the website and feel free to throw a few shekels in the tank. Thanks, guys. And how you all keeping? Good? We've got a quiz between now and 9. And for all those newcomers, you're especially welcome. The rules are dead simple. No Googling. And of course, no answers on the feed. Hey Morris on YouTube. Glenravel Gurriers, Chickpeas, Paul and Eileen, all in this together. Christina and Kira, and great to have the Donnellys. Hey Cora, great to have the Donnellys together this evening because Gavin is home from Australia. Welcome back, Gavin. So let's get started, shall we? All good? Hey Chickpeas, okie dokie, what have we got in store for you this evening? We've got some famous, everything's famous, some famous Sams, some famous Spaniards, some famous scientists, first names, famous Netflix series, full course of connections, of course. What else have I got? I've got some pictures with World Cup captains, some famous pieces of art, some guitarists, and something else on pictures, and then we'll finish with a few other famous odds and sods. I think by my dodgy maths there's 4x12, your off-road quiz, 48 points available this evening, and at the end of each round tell me who you are and how well you're doing. You're very welcome. Here we go. Famous Sams. Famous Sam number 1. The personification of the United States government is your famous Sam. Number 1, the personification of the US government. Good luck. Mark, D and Kevin. Good evening. Best seats always on the website, especially in our after party. The personification of the United States government is your famous Sam number 1. Famous Sam number 2. Play it again, Sam. But actually, play it, Sam. Give me this 1942 movie. Play it again, Sam. But actually, play it, Sam. Give me the 1942 movie. Famous Sam number 2. Famous Sam 3. Born Oma, 1947. Born in Oma, 1947. Famous Sam number 3. Dead Cam, The Hunt for Red October, and Jurassic Park is your famous Sam. Number 3, Born Oma, 1947. Dead Cam, Jurassic Park, and The Hunt for Red October. Famous Sam 3. Second bunch of three. Three famous Spaniards. Famous Spaniards. Famous Spaniard number one. All-time record 22 Grand Slams in men's singles titles. Is your famous Spaniard number one, the all-time record holder with 22 Grand Slams in men's singles tennis. Famous Spaniard number one. And tomorrow you can watch this on playback. So if you are, have a good Sunday. Famous Spaniard number two. Best Supporting Actress, Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Is your famous Spaniard number two. Best Supporting Actress in Vicky Cristina Barcelona. Famous Spaniard number two. How's the jet lag, Gavin? Hey Connor on Facebook Live. Houston, no problem. No problem. Famous Spaniard number three. Founder of the Cubist movement, the co-inventor of collage. Founder of the Cubist movement, the co-inventor of collage is your famous Spaniard number three. And don't worry, Vanessa and Stephen, we'll do a recap in round one at the end of round one. Next bunch of three. I'm going to give you three famous scientists, but I'm looking for their Christian names or first names of these three famous scientists. Famous scientist number one, first name, remember, Edison. Edison. Hey, Billy and Una. Famous scientist number two, we're looking for the first name, remember, Pasteur. Pasteur, first name, please. And famous scientist number three, remember, we're looking for the first name, Franklin. Franklin. So Edison, Pasteur, and Franklin. We're zipping through this rightly. Your last set of three in round one. Famous Netflix series. So I'm going to give you a rough description, a summary thereof, and you figure out the Netflix series. Netflix series number one. Clue. Jason Bateman, Laura Linney, and some money laundering. Jason Bateman, Laura Linney, and some money laundering. Netflix series number one. Cheers. Good for Phil and Emma. Always holding the fort. Famous Netflix series number two. A Spanish crime drama. A Spanish crime drama. The Professor and the Royal Mint of Spain and the Bank of Spain. Give me this Spanish crime drama. The Professor and the Royal Mint of Spain and the Bank of Spain. Netflix series number three. The Reign of Queen Elizabeth II. The Reign of Queen Elizabeth II. Okay, let's recap, shall we? Particularly for those latecomers. watching Argentina and Australia. Let's recap on round one. I'll leave those up for a few minutes. Your famous Sams, your famous Spaniards, your famous scientists, we're looking for their first names, and your famous Netflix series. It should have read, founder of the Cubist movement, the co-inventor of collage. Okay, dokes. Well, how did you get on? Well, let's find out. Team Dev depleted tonight. Donnelly's definitely not. Okay, your answers to round one. Good luck. Rooting for you. Okay, your famous Sams. We had Uncle Sam, the movie, Casablanca. Sam Neill was born in Omagh, County Tyrone, Hunt for Red October, etc. Rafael Nadal is your famous Spaniard number one, Penelope Cruz, Pablo Picasso, Thomas Edison, Louis Pasteur, and Benjamin Franklin. Your famous Netflix series, Ozark, Money Heist, well done if you got Money Heist, and The Crown. Okie dokes. How did you get on? So post your team names and your scores on the live feed, whether it's YouTube, Facebook Live, or website. So Mark, D and Kevin out of the blocks quickly on 12. Christina and Kira on 9. Barkin Mad in Antrim on 12. Billy and Una on 10. Maurice on 11. Glenravel Gurriers excellent on 12. Houston No Problem on 11. Lionel Rich T's 11. The Hillbillies on 12. Martin and Drummagarner on 11. Richard and Denise on 11. The Chickpeas on 10. Douglas Clan 12 out of 12. Deirdre Mac, hey Deirdre, on 10 also. Diane Parker Gibb on 10 on Facebook Live as we look at everybody coming in. Paul and Eileen, how are you keeping? On 10. Hey Roddy on 8. But it's not the winning, is it? Aston Villains. Aston Villains? I thought you were out this evening. Reese Helen Gavin from Australia, maxing out. A truly international Donnelly lineup this evening on 12. What a team. What a team. Round 2, your connections. You get 3 bits of random information. You join the dots. And of course, no answers on the feed. Good. Good start, guys. 12 connections. Here we go. What connects? What connects a Greek and Roman god of music with a West End theatre with NASA and human spaceflight? So, what connects NASA and human spaceflight with your West End theatre with the Greek and Roman god of music? Is your what connects? Number 1. don't think Paddy can be with us this evening because, well, December's his busy month. He'll be up at the crack of dawn. In fact, he'll be up before the crack of dawn. In fact, he's maybe getting up now. Connection number 2. What connects? What connects an Arthurian legend island? Arthurian legend island with a 50s teen idol with Roxy Music's final studio album. So your connection number 3. Roxy Music's final studio album, a 50s teen idol with your Arthurian legend island. Is your tricky, Andrea? Connection number 2. Billy and Connor in the cave on 10. Good to have you, Billy and Connor. As always, good to have everybody. Stay tuned for our December and Christmas broadcasts. Connection 3. What connects? What connects a utility knife, the NHL Championship, with Oliver Hardy? What? Oliver Hardy, NHL Championship, and a utility knife is your what connects number 3. Connection 4. What connects? What connects a fruit with William Tell with the Beatles record label? The Beatles record label, William Tell, and a fruit. Connection 4. Connection 5. What connects? What connects your Italian-American bodybuilder with a collection of maps with a North African mountain range? So your connection, please, between a North African mountain range, a collection of maps, and your Italian-American bodybuilder. Connection 5. Connection 6. What connects? What connects a central Italian city with the Magic Roundabout and an English indie rock band? Your English indie rock band, the Magic Roundabout, and a central Italian city. Connection 6. Halfway through. Connection 7. What connects? What connects a culinary herb with Faulty Towers with the Orthodox Church in Red Square? The Orthodox Church in Red Square with Faulty Towers with your culinary herb is your 7th connection. Okay, so far, connection 8. What connects? What connects a zodiac sign, 23.43631 degrees south, and a faked Mars landing. Your connection, please, between a faked Mars landing, 24.436, etc. degrees south, and a zodiac sign. Connection number 8. Connection 9. What connects? What connects the US Navy with a penny pad with Kiss from a Rose? Your connection, please, number 9. Kiss from a Rose with a penny pad and the US Navy. Is your connection 9? Your 10th connection, please. Death of a salesman, an American brewery and beer company, and an American sitcom set in a New York City police department. So, your American sitcom set in a New York City police department with an American brewery and beer company with Death of a Salesman. Connection 10. Two to go, guys. How you doing? Good? I think there's a couple of tricky connections. Tricky, Andrea. 11. An Elton John hit. He was thrown into a lion's den for refusing to worship the Babylonian king. Wow, bit of a mouthful. With Pierce Brosnan's successor. So Pierce Brosnan's successor? He was thrown into a lion's den for refusing to visit the Babylonian king, even worship the Babylonian king, with your Elton John hit. Is your tricky connection 11? Don't worry, we'll put them all up in writing. Andrea, I hope you had fun. Hope you're sitting. And your final connection. What connects? A 2017 computer animated film about a bull with the Prince of Naples in The Tempest, with West Ham, Leeds, Man United, QPR. So jot those down. West Ham, Leeds, Man U, QPR. It's important. With the Prince of Naples in The Tempest, with your 2017 computer animated movie about a bull. Is your definitely tricky connection number 12. So let's put up your connections in writing. Round 2. I'll leave those up, shall I, for a few moments. 12 connections. Okay, dokes. So your 12 connections will give you a cumulative running total of 24, if my arithmetic sums are correct. Okay, let's get your answers to your 12 connections. Let's see how you got on. So your Greek and Roman god of music, your West End Theatre and NASA, Apollo, Avalon as in Roxy Music, Frankie and your Arthurian legend Island, Stanley as in cup, as in laurel, as in knife, apple, Atlas as in Charles and your mountain range and your book of maps, Florence and the Machine as in Florence in Italy and the magic roundabout, Basil, faulty, Basil, church and your culinary herb, Capricorn 1, the Tropic of Capricorn and your zodiac sign, Seal as in navy and your pinniped and Kiss from a Rose, Miller as in Arthur as in cheers, have another bottle, and Barney and Daniel, Lion's Den, Elton John and Ferdinand as in Rio, The Tempest and your Bull, Kiddies movie. Hi, Grandad. So, out of 24, Douglas Clan maxing out on 24. Oh, you're nailing this. Billy and Una on 21. Maurice on 23. Well done on the old press-ups, Morris. Houston, no problem. Definitely not. 23. Christina and Kira catching up fast on 18. Billy and Connor in the cave on 21. Hunchin Hillbillies are here. You definitely are. Hi, the Hunchin Hillbillies on 21. Barking Mad on 24. Donnelly International on 12, but I think that means you're on 24. Chickpeas on 20. Lionel Rich Tees on 22. Aston Villains on 18. Tricky Andrea. Deirdre Mack on 20. Martin in Drummagarner on 22. Paul and Eileen on 19. Diane on Facebook Live on 21. Fantastic quizzing, guys. Richard and Denise on 22. I'm impressed. You're doing me proud. Round 3, images. 4 sets of 3. We bundle stuff in 3 all the time. We've got... what do we have? This is what we have. 3 islands from the outlines. So 3 geography. The old Charles Atlas book. Island outlines. Island number 1. Good luck. Island from the outline. 2. Good luck. And your final island from the outline, number 3. Good luck. Okay, so that's your three islands. Three guitarists. Three great guitarists. Can you name them? Guitarist number one. Who's this? Guitarist number two. Who's this? And finally, guitarist number three. Who's this? Three different artists. Very different. Name these artists from these. Image number one. This work of art. By whom? Work of art number two. But name the artist. Final artist number three, or image number nine, if you catch my drift. Okay, and your final three. Three winning World Cup captains. Sticking with the mood, the current theme running in guitar, we're looking for these 3 World Cup winning captains. Number 1, captain number 1, who's this? Excuse me. World Cup winning captain number 2. And your final World Cup winning captain, who's this? Number 3. Okay, so let's do a quick fly through your 3 islands. Your 3 guitarists. Your 3 artists from these pieces of art. 1, 2, and 3. And your 3 World Cup winning captains. Remember, it's the captains we're after. Number 1, 'And finally, and your final image, World Cup winning captain, number 3 of your 12 images. Okay, dokes. Well, how did you do? Okay. Well, here's your answers to your round 3, your images. Good luck. So your 3 islands were Cyprus, Greenland, and North Island, New Zealand. Your guitarists in order: Mark Knopfler, Carlos Santana, and the wonderful Rory Gallagher. Michelangelo, Botticelli, and Salvador Dali were your 3 artists. And your World Cup winning captains from 2010: Iker Casillas, the Spanish goalkeeper; Fabio Cannavaro, 2006 Italian captain; and from Argentina and in Argentina in 1978 Well done if you got Daniel Passarella. So there were your answers to your 12 images, giving you a running cumulative total of 36. Billy and Una, who were late to the party but not late here, on 33. Hunchin Hillbillies on 30. Lionel Rich Tees, they're on 32. They're getting stronger. Mark D and Kevin have dropped a point. 35. Glenravel Gurrier on 33. Maurice on 33. Richard and Denise on 31. And after this round, we'll go into our final round. Thanks for tuning in. Martin on 28. Deirdre Mack on 29. Houston No Problem on 31. Douglas Clan on 35. Billy and Connor on 29. Christina and Kira on 25. Their best round is round 4. Bark and Mad on 33. So it is tight at the top, but I think having dropped only 1 point on 35, Douglas Clan. Oh, but they're being tied by the International Donnelly Clan. Easily the most exciting quiz I've been at all week. They're also on 35. Paul and Eileen, 29. Andrea, the Aston Villains on 29. Team Dev on 31. All to play for as we go into our final round. Wow. And Diane on Facebook Live, closely behind on 26. Your final round. A bit of famous this and that. Some famous sporting competitions. Some famous rivals. Some famous pop records. And some fictional couples where I just give you one and you have to give me number 2 to make the couple. Yeah? Logical? Everybody doing okay? Good to have you. And if you want to donate all during December and over Christmas to St Vincent de Paul, you can safely through Stripe and PayPal go on to. I did want a basket specifically for St Vincent de Paul. I don't think it has arrived. Just donate to Vincent's Kitchen Quiz in the basket. Top 3 bars on the website. Safe as houses, and we'll make sure the money gets to those in need. Your fundraising, brain-teasing platform here at the kitchen, and thank you for your generosity, and stay tuned for future broadcasts during these darker evenings and over the Christmas New Year period. No doubt we'll do a couple more. Final round. Thank you. Famous sporting competitions. Famous sporting competition number 1. This is the biennial men's golf competition between Europe and the US. Give me this famous sporting competition number 1. The biennial men's golf competition between Europe and the US. Famous sports competition 1. Sorry, guys. Famous sporting competition number 2. The world's oldest endurance-focused sports car race. Give me the name of this sports competition. The world's oldest endurance-focused sports car race. Okie dokes. Famous sporting competition number 3. The oldest existing trophy to be awarded to a professional sports franchise in North America. Name this 3rd famous sporting competition. That would be number 3. The oldest existing trophy to be awarded to a professional sports franchise in North America. There were your three famous sporting competitions. The biennial men's golf competition between Europe and the US, the world's oldest endurance-focused sports car race, and the oldest existing trophy to be awarded to a professional sports franchise in North America. Okie dokes. Famous rivals. I suppose it's a bit like the fictional, well, not necessarily fictional, the couples coming up later. So, you have to give me the rival of this, or in this case, he. So, famous rival number one. Father Ted's nemesis or rival. Father Ted. His nemesis or famous rival. Father Ted. Famous rival number two. The Jets, as in the movie, not NFL. The Jets, as in the movie. Famous rival or rivals number two. The Jets, as in the movie. Tricky. Famous rivals number three. Boca Juniors. Boca Juniors. Who's that? Well, once you've got beyond that, who's Boca Juniors' rival? Or rivals? Boca Juniors. Okay, your penultimate, but one bunch of three famous pop records. You may need to jot some of this down. Famous pop record number one. She was the oldest woman to top the Hot 100, that's the US Billboard charts, in 1999, aged 53. The oldest woman to top the Hot 100. The year was 1999, and she was aged a tender 53 years of age. Who's that? 1999. The oldest woman to top the Billboard charts in the US at the age of 53 is your pop record number one. Pop record 2. She was the oldest female artist to reach number one on the UK's official singles chart this year, the month of June 2022, at the age of 63. Who's that? The oldest female artist to top or reach number one in the UK's official singles chart, June of this year, and she was aged 63. Who's that? Pop record number 3. Who's this? He knocked the Beatles off the top of the Billboard Hot 100 with the song Hello Dolly, making him the oldest artist ever to have a number 1. He knocked the Beatles off the top of the Billboard Hot 100 with Hello Dolly, making him the oldest artist to have a number 1. Hello Dolly? Who's that? And your final bunch of 3. At last. Famous couples. So, that would be a pair. I give you one. You give me the other person associated with this person to make your couple. Famous couple. Scarlett O'Hara. Who makes up the couple? Scarlett O'Hara. Monica Geller. Who makes up the couple? Monica Geller. Famous couple number 2. And famous couple number 3, Mark Antony. Mark Antony. Famous couple. Missing one, Mark Antony. Okay, let's recap on your final round. We're in no rush. We've got through this 48-pointer in short order. That's your connections. We've done that. Our final round. So there's your sporting competitions. Your biennial men's golf competition between Europe and the US, your endurance-focused sports car race, the oldest sporting trophy to be awarded to a professional sports franchise in the continent of North America, famous rivals of Father Ted, the Jets as in the movie, and Boca Juniors. And there's your 3 pop records. 1999, she was aged 53. June of this year, she was aged 63. And way back, I should have written that. I'd be guessing, I think it was like 63, knocking the Beatles off the top of the Billboard Hot 100 with Hello Dolly. Who's that? Your 3 famous oldies pop records and famous. Well, they're not necessarily fictional, are they? They're famous couples. Definitely not fictional. In the case of one of them, Scarlett O'Hara, Monica Geller, and Mark Antony. Excuse the word fictional. So this would give you a maximum 48 points this evening. Okay, how do we do? Let's find out. Okay, your sporting competitions, the Ryder Cup, Le Mans, the Stanley Cup. It's going to mention again this evening, twice tonight. Father Dick Byrne, the Sharks, and River Plate, Buenos Aires. Emotional derby. Well done if anybody got the River Plate Football Club. Cher, Kate Bush, and Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, Rhett Butler, Chandler Bing, and Cleopatra. So out of 48, tell us how well you've done on our feed, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, or website. And thank you very much for your time. and your company. Lionel Rich T's on 42. Bargain Mad is superb 45. Christina and Kira on 34. It was tough this evening. Billy and Una superb 43. Martin 38. Hunchin Hillbillies on 39. Good scoring. Frogs on 38. Maurice on 44. Well done. Good scoring. Douglas Clan. Mark D and Kevin on 47. Houston, no problem, on 41. Deirdre, 40. Reese, Helen and Gavin from Australia also on 47. Wow. Just slipped up on one like the Douglas clan. Superb scoring. Well done, Gavin. You obviously made a difference. Only kidding. Only kidding. Glenravel Gurrier on 45. Richard and Denise, a credible good score of 41. Well done, everybody. Well done. Absolutely. Aston Villains on 36. You got the shots. Guys, it's been good. It's been good being back doing this. We'll do some more. Stay tuned for future broadcasts. And by the way, if you ain't going anywhere and you need just a comfort break or pour yourself a drink or whatever you have to do for the next 10 or 15 minutes, come back to the website and we'll play some tunes if you fancy it. On the website only, so we don't get blocked. I mean, you know what I mean. Facebook and YouTube and all that sort of blocked business. Back on the website, 10 after 10-ish, and we'll play some tunes to your heart's content and beyond. Have a great weekend, guys. Stay tuned for the next event, and for music aficionados, see you real soon. In any event, see you all soon. God bless.